Welcome to Season 2 of Personal Profiles, still the only show granting you full access to all things St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. I'm your host, Claudine Springer, and on this season, we'll chat with all of the key personalities powering the festival and find out how they do what they do and what it means for our shows. Stay tuned.
We first got involved with the St. Lucia Jazz Festival, I think the year was 2001. I had just returned from university and got together with Francis, who I have known since 1991. I think we've collaborated since 1991. And Ian Green, and we put together this group called Sojourn at the time, and we were invited to perform at the launch of the 2001 festival, if I'm correct. 2000 actually, I believe. And I think we made an impression at the launch, and I think as a result of that we were invited to participate at the 2000 festival. I think we played on the Jazz on the Square, I think. And that was followed by sort of a main stage gig in 2001.
En fait, première fois on vient au festival Sainte-Lucie, c'est Jazz in the South et puis Blue Mango en 2003, 2003. J'étais très content parce que j'ai découvert en qualité, en les manières Sainte-Lucie qui a réussi ces musiciens. Parce que c'est très important, là où on aller dans un festival, manière où on réussi ces musiciens. Parce que des fois, on réussi ces musiciens. Là où on arrive en festival, là, quel que soit, qui vous sont un petit groupe, qui sont un gros groupe, il a bien réussi pour eux. Et c'est ça que j'ai apprécié. Et puis c'était vraiment émerveillé de la qualité publique là. The public was very interested by our music. Malgré que la musique là nous avons joué, c'était une musique difficile. C'est pas une musique simple, hein? C'est une musique difficile, mais le public là était content, était applaudi. Donc moi j'étais content. Vraiment, c'était une bonne expérience. Bonne première expérience du festival.
I think we've had a special place in our hearts for Jazz in the South. They have always taken very, very good care of us. They've been very, very hospitable. Yeah. We've had an opportunity to meet some wonderful artists. They've always created an environment where the artists interact. I think for me still, Jazz in the South still is a model to follow in terms of the opportunities that can be derived from a festival sort of scenario. The opportunities to network, to dialogue. In fact, Eric Bonaire, for instance, who plays guitar with us, we discovered him at a Jazz in the South activity in Soufrière, and he's been with us for the last 13 years since. So that's a perfect example of what a festival should do in terms of sort of creating those other opportunities to network, to collaborate, to perform, to travel overseas as we did. There have been many positives, many things that the festival has done well. I think many of the islands have replicated what we've done. I think we grew quite rapidly, but I think initially in the early years we were very innovative. I think we sort of lost the ability to innovate. We were the leaders then, and I felt in the last couple of years we seem to be the followers. And I think really I think the festival is trying to get back to its roots now. It's no longer a jazz festival, let's be honest. It's a music festival. It is a festival that has been very much embraced by everyone throughout the island. In fact, I think it's I can't visualize not having a St. Lucia Jazz Festival. I think most people can't. It's almost like carnival, you know. I think it has created a surge of interest by many young persons, I think, as well as professional musicians. I think clearly there was a standard, but I think in many respects, many of our musicians have come and met the standard, and we have an extremely high number of very highly talented persons who are main stage ready. The question is, what are some of the other support mechanisms that need to be put in place to be able to do that? I mean, there need to be incentives throughout the year, whether they be educational incentives, there need to be tertiary level opportunities, there need to be internships that surround the festival throughout the year, so that young persons have access to the behind the scenes working of the festival. I mean, all aspects, whether it be the events, the performance. I see the same faces after 23 years, and I want to start to see some new faces. I want to see some more national faces after 23 years. And certainly the School of Music is certainly, in terms of creating those opportunities to capitalize on opportunities within the creative sector. We are gearing our young musicians to be able to capitalize on those opportunities, so they can be marketable, they can sell themselves, and we're seeing it now. I mean, we're seeing young students from the St. Lucia School of Music prominently featured in aspects of the festivals. In many respects, they were part of the 2014 launch with ASAP, for instance. ASAP would be the graduates of the St. Lucia School of Music. We've seen them on the side stage, we've seen them on the main stage with more experienced musicians.
I'm always of the view that, the only way you can leave your country and go to somebody else's to perform is with your music. You understand? We stay here and we see all the big name artists coming to this festival. Every year you see, a new set. They go all over the world to play. Think of what they play when they go there. They may play some covers, but they play it in their own style. You understand? But the majority, they play their own music, and that's one of the reasons why they could get to travel. Yeah, and even testament to that with Blue Mango, for instance. I mean, we've gone as far as Paris to perform. And how did we get there? It's just based on playing our music, purely original music. So that would be, my advice to the upcoming musicians is start to write and stay true to, yourself. And according to what UC was saying, use what's indigenous to you.
All right, so it is my pleasure and my honor always to introduce a cast of musicians who are, in every respect, our brothers. We are colleagues. We are friends. We share so many things musically. We share a common Caribbean heritage and culture, language, everything. Francis John, again, who I've been playing with from 1991.
It's so long, I don't
like the co-founder of Blue Mango in 2003. Mickey Telef from Martinique, who plays percussion, again, from the very beginning of the Blue Mango journey. Dominique Bougainville from Martinique, extraordinary drummer from Martinique, again, who's been with us from the very beginning. Jussi Pavola from Finland, by way of Dominica, and he speaks, like a Dominican, more than a Dominican. Again, this is sort of his first experience with Blue Mango, and we hope this is the beginning of much more. We have Eric Bonnet, he's from French Guiana, he's not with us. He can't be with us for this period because he has a scheduling conflict. But we have Yann Negrit, who is from Guadeloupe, and he lives in France, and James Germain from Haiti, who's joining us as well. So we have, we are representing 5 different countries in the Caribbean, and we feel very strongly about the idea that this is one Caribbean space. That's always been very central to our music, and every time we travel, and we travel throughout the islands and so forth, that's the message. We are saying that if we as musicians can do it, maybe politicians can do it, maybe somehow in terms of some regional economic union and so forth, it can be done. If it can be done with music, why can't it be done with the other stuff? So I think we are a living example of cross-Caribbean collaboration and friendship and cooperation beyond the music. And so this is, my friends have come from Martinique and Dominica to rehearse We go to Martinique in April and we come back again in May as we prepare for our performance. We're going to be sort of performing some of our new material coming from our new project, which is, this is actually our 10th, this is our 10th anniversary. This is 10 years since we launched the CD. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Tune in next week when we give you more exclusive access to personal profiles.